You didn't choose most of your choices today. You think you did because you tapped a screen, turned a knob, said yes. But the song you played was recommended, the route you drove was suggested, the price you paid was anchored, and the time you spent was captured. You're not the driver. You're the passenger who thinks the steering wheel is real. This is the lie of control, and once you see it, you can take real control back. We love the feeling of control. It calms us. It flatters us. It makes the world feel fair. If I try hard and think clearly, I'll get the outcome I want. That belief is powerful. It's also incomplete. A lot of what we call free choice is shaped long before we arrive at the moment of choice, by defaults, by design, by habits, and by people who want our attention. Psychologists even have a name for it, the illusion of control. We press buttons that don't do anything and still feel better. We tug at levers that are disconnected and swear the elevator closed faster. This video isn't here to make you paranoid. It's here to give you better tools. Because once you notice where freedom leaks out, you can stop the leak. Real freedom isn't doing whatever you want in the moment. Real freedom is designing the moment so the right thing happens, on purpose. Picture your morning. Your alarm goes off on your phone. Before you're fully awake, your thumb already knows where your favorite app lives. A red badge promises something urgent. You open it without deciding to open it. 7 minutes disappear. Then you see an ad for something you didn't know existed 10 seconds ago. Now you want it. Did you choose that? Technically, yes, you tapped. Practically, no. It was chosen for you by a layout that trained your thumb, a color that hijacked your attention, and a feed tuned to your past clicks. We confuse actions with choices. An action is what you did. A choice is what you decided. Those are not the same thing. Much of the time we act, automatically, and then invent a choice afterward to feel consistent. That story feels like control, but it's not. There are 3 invisible hands steering you every day. First, architecture. The default option wins. If your 401k automatically enrolls, you save. If it doesn't, you probably won't. If the snack sits on the counter, you eat it. If it's in the closet, you forget it. The environment is a vote that never sleeps. Second, emotion. Anxiety, scarcity, and urgency compress your decision-making. Limited time offers, countdown timers, disappearing messages. These force you into the fast lane where you reach for relief, not wisdom. You don't choose the best option. You choose the one that stops the discomfort quickest. Third, repetition. Every time you repeat a tiny behavior, it gets cheaper for your brain to run it again. Habits save energy, which is good, unless the habit was planted by someone else. Your future self inherits whatever your past self rehearses. Why is your phone so compelling? It runs on variable rewards. Sometimes you open it and get a direct message, a big like, a huge laugh. Sometimes you get nothing. That sometimes is the glue. Your brain becomes a detective, hunting the pattern that will deliver the reward. The hunt becomes the habit. The habit becomes the compulsion. You believe you're checking for information. You're actually checking for relief. Relief from what? From the possibility that you're missing something that might change how you feel about yourself. That isn't control. That's bait. Even the map on your screen controls more than directions. It decides which restaurant you see first, how long you'll tolerate a detour, and which streets feel normal. If an app labels one route faster by 2 minutes, most people take it, even if it means more stress. The design nudges your values, speed over serenity, efficiency over experience. Multiply that by 1,000 nudges a month, and you don't just take different routes, you become a different person. The map rewrote your preferences while telling you it was only helpful. We like the feeling of influence so much we treat it as proof. We roll the dice harder when we want a high number. We mash closed door because it feels better to be the one who closes it. We overestimate our impact when the outcome is positive, and blame the system when the outcome is negative. This keeps our ego safe, but it keeps us blind. When control is a feeling, anyone who can manufacture that feeling can steer us, no force required. There's an entire economy built on selling you the sensation of freedom while quietly guiding your behavior. The checkout button labeled Continue instead of Pay Now. The subscription that's 1 click to start and 10 clicks to end. The gamer loop that always leaves one task unfinished. The workspace with a chat channel that never sleeps. The marketing that tells you you're in control, right next to a timer counting down. None of this is an accident. Attention is money. Friction is money. Your uncertainty is money. The less stable you feel inside, the easier you are to rent out by the hour. But here's the twist that gives you power. If control can be manufactured, you can manufacture your own. Real control is not endless options. It's wise constraints. It's not raw willpower. It's pre-decisions. Freedom lives upstream before the moment, inside the structure you build for your future self. Think of it like this. Your life is a studio. If your tools are scattered, deadlines vague, and notifications screaming, your output will be chaos no matter how talented you are. If the space is clean, the schedule clear, and distractions muted, your talent finally shows up. Same person. Different architecture. Different freedom. 1. Default freeze. Before any optional purchase, subscription, or new commitment, insert a 48-hour default freeze. No arguments. No exceptions. Most impulses evaporate in daylight. If it still matters after 2 sleeps, choose it with a clear head. 2. Design friction where you need it. Make the wrong thing annoying. Put your most distracting apps in a folder on the last screen with a boring name. Log out so each entry costs a password. Keep junk food high and out of sight. Make the default path longer and your willpower won't have to be stronger. 3. Remove friction where you want flow. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Put a glass and water bottle next to your coffee maker. Create a one-tap note labeled Ideas. Every bit of friction removed from a good habit is interest paid on future focus. 4. The 2-tab rule. On desktop or laptop, never allow more than 2 tabs while doing real work. Your current task and the reference you need. Everything else parks in a later list. Attention is oxygen. Stop poking holes in your own scuba tank. 5. Calendar the important, not just the urgent. Your calendar is the most honest reflection of your values. If you don't schedule reading, deep work, exercise, or time with people you love, they will lose to the tasks that shout. Put borders around your priorities or someone else will color them in. 6. Build if-then autopilots. If it's Sunday morning, then I plan the week. If it's 3 p.m., then I walk for 10 minutes. If I feel the urge to argue online, then I close the app and write a paragraph in my notes instead. Autopilots beat mood swings. 7. Choose constraints you respect. Tell a friend you'll pay them $50 if you miss a habit 3 times in a week. Use a website blocker that requires a 12-hour delay to unlock. Book a class you can't refund. Good constraints aren't punishment. They're scaffolding while you build the new floor. 8. The mirror check every evening, one question. Did my environment help the person I want to be, or did it ambush me? Adjust the room, not just your resolve. Move one object. Change one default. Tomorrow owes you interest. 9. Consume on purpose. Before scrolling, name the goal out loud. I'm looking up recipes for 20 minutes. Or, I'm watching 2 videos to learn X. When the goal completes, stop. Untargeted consumption leads to untargeted lives. 10. Expand the choice space. When you feel trapped between A or B, ask, what would C look like? The design of a decision often hides the third option. Negotiating hours instead of jobs. Renting instead of buying. Saying not yet instead of no. Control grows with creativity. Part of the lie of control lives in our stories. I need the app for work. Maybe. Or maybe work learned to expect you because you never set a boundary. I can't wake up earlier, maybe. Or maybe your night routine is sabotaging your morning freedom. I'm bad at consistency, maybe. Or maybe you only tried to be consistent inside an environment designed to break consistency. When you change the setup, your identity changes with it. The person who can't focus becomes the person who does an hour of deep work in a quiet room. The person who hates reading finishes a book because the phone slept in another room. The person who has no time finds time by killing the 10 tiny drains no one thought mattered. There's a deeper reason the lie of control seduces us. Control promises safety. If we believe we can bend life to our plans, we feel less fragile. But the real security is not in controlling outcomes, it's in controlling inputs. Our systems, our standards, our attention, our courage to tell the truth. Peace doesn't come from micromanaging the universe. It comes from trusting your design. So here's the reframe I want to give you. Freedom is not the absence of constraints. Freedom is choosing your constraints. Freedom is not the number of choices on the menu. Freedom is who wrote the menu. Freedom is not how hard you can push in the moment. Freedom is how well you prepared the moments before they arrived. You are more steerable than you think, and more powerful than you feel. The same psychology that lets others nudge you can be used by you, for you. Create defaults that protect your attention. Build friction against your worst impulses. Build ramps for your best ones. Let repetition work in your favor until good behavior is the lazy choice. You're not the passenger pretending to drive. You are the architect who decides where the road goes. Design your life like it matters, because it does, and watch your freedom grow exactly where you placed it.